Hi lovelies, today I'll be using these other parts of my fabric to illustrate how to fix a wet pocket on a suit. Now you can see this wet pocket, you can fix it wherever you want, either on a gown, on a top. You can fix it wherever you want to beautify your dress. So now I'm done arranging this part of my pockets. So I'll be fixing one part of this pocket so that you see how it will come out. Now I've marked my lines where I want my pockets to sit, and it depends on you. I use the length of 6 inches for this pocket part. So what I'll just do is for me to turn over this way and make sure it meets the line where I want it to sit, and I'll start sewing my pockets. So this is what I have. I'll make sure it's well stitched so that it will not loosen. So I'll go over and sew my pockets this way. Remember, you are not opening any parts before you fix in these pockets. As you can see, I already have a mark here, but I have to close it with ST before I start stitching on this pocket part. So now this is the other part of my pockets, of my wet pockets. What I will just do is for me to fix it this way. So now I'll just place it this way at that point I've marked. So I'll just go over and sew this way. Make sure they are on the same line, because if they are not on the same line, you will see it will not sit properly. So you have to be careful while fixing these pockets. You have to be careful while fixing these pockets. So I'll just go over and sew this way. So this is what I have. Before I do anything else, I will check if my pockets are equal, and if they are not equal, I have to make them equal. If you can see, this point is a little bit shorter, so I have to complete it to make sure that is the same length with the other parts of my pockets. So I'll also check these points. As you can see, these 2 points are equal. So what I will just do is for me to go over to the midpoint. I will just open this way and cut open. Make sure while cutting, be careful as you cut so that you not cut open the wrong parts. So what I will just do is to open this way. I believe you can see what I'm doing. So I'm cutting open this way, and I'll also cut open this way. So what next? I will just turn over to this point and I will cut open this way. And I will do same to this other part. So when I'm done, I will just push everything in. Remember the other one we did, we'll be cutting one part of it open, but this design, there is no need for that. There are many ways to fit your wet pockets, and these work perfectly fine if you get it right. As you can see, this is what I have for my wet pockets. It's really beautiful. So this is what I have at this point. You can see none of them is overlapping each other. So this is what I have. So what I'll be doing, I'll be locking the down part of this. I'll be locking it. I will just go over and lock that part of my pocket. So while locking, what I will just do is for me to turn over this way. As you can see, what I have here, this is what I have at this point. So I will just have to stitch these parts. I will just have to stitch these parts. And if I think it's too big for me, what I will just do is to cut open. So as you can see, this part is already locked. So the next thing to do is to turn over to this point and open this way, and make sure I adjust this part, because I don't want any part of it to overlap each other. Okay, so I'll make sure they are sitting properly like this, and I will turn over to this point and also lock this part of it. I believe you are seeing what I'm doing. So this is what I have. So I have this for my pockets, as you can see. It's indeed beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. If you understand the techniques of this pocket, you will do it perfectly well. So now I'll be fixing my lining to cover up my back parts, and this is what I will just do at this point. So what I will do, I'm just watch what I'm doing. I will just cover this way and turn this way, and I'll just run a stitch on the lining and my fabric. Now, because I don't want any budging at that point, I will just trim out the excess of this pocket. So this is what I'll just do. I'll trim out these parts this way. So I will also carry it this way, and I will bend this way. I'll bend it upward, and I will just carry it this way, and also do same to this down part. So I just have to do this. Remember, we are completing the pocket part of this wet pocket. Okay, so now I'll just go over and do this. So after which I will make sure I put it down this way, because by the time you sew to this point, your pocket will be facing up. So what you will do is to fold your pocket down this way. This is what you should do. Fold it down to your hip area and pick up your pocket this way and sew.